nephrology about the kidney, as basic as how it develops. It's its embryology, its biochemistry, its pathology comes later, and almost all the things that we tend to miss out, they should be, you know, covered all together in this class. So we know that we have like two kidneys. So a paired adult kidney consists of the functional unit, which is called a nephron. We all know that. What does it do is it filters the blood, excretes the waste, reabsorbs water, which is a very important task. No wonder it, relieves us of some water, but then major part of the water is reabsorbed with many other compounds. And also this nephron, which is the single unit of kidney, also has endocrine functions. Never forget that. So, kidney, coming down to its basic unit, is nephron. It not only filters blood at the glomerular capsule, it excretes the waste, that is urea, creatinine, and so many acids, reabsorbs the water, and also secretes renin. Hence, it also has a endocrine function. Typically, there are around 7,50,000 nephrons, but then the number can vary. So, embryological development is very important. How does it develop? From where does it develop? And why is it important for us to know? There are many things. One is for the purpose of the exam. So, in the exam, you will get five options in true and false type questions. So it gives the examiner the liberty of asking n number of things from just single topic. So you don't have much option to leave out on any portion of the topic. So embryological development, we know that the urinary system, it consists of kidneys, the ureters, bladder, and finally urethra. So the region from where it develops is called the urogenital ridge. Now, this urogenital ridge develops from the intermediate mesoderm. So there has been a question that the human kidney develops from the urogenital ridge, which which is sourced from the intermediate mesoderm. So how the kidney develops is actually a sequence of events starting from the evolutionary process as to the kidney of evolutionary poor animals and evolutionary advanced animals as we are. So the kidney passes through all the stages of evolution that have been there through millions of years. So we can actually see all those stages happening right there in the gestation period while the baby is in the womb of the mother. So the kidneys develop from three overlapping sequential systems. So what does that mean? That means that there is a pronephros for some time, then it gives way to mesonephros, and then finally metanephros. So the metanephros is what the original kidney that we see is. So it starts with the pronephros. Pronephros means the primitive kidney. Metanephros means the advanced kidney. Mesonephros is the intermediate stage. They are not separate, they overlap. One gives the baton to other so as to follow the evolutionary process. Whatever is not required is redundant, it is left behind. Whatever is important is taken forward, hence the overlap. So some part of the previous generation will persist and you can identify them. So hence those identifications are also important. So they're all derived from the urogenital ridge. Let's see the pronephros. So the pronephros, this has appeared in many, MRCP question papers. So the pronephros appears in the third week of development. Embryologically, third week of, uh, you know, uh, gestation is very important because it marks the beginning of the primitive kidney, which is the pronephros. And where does it begin? It actually begins in the cervical region of the embryo. Cervical region means where the neck, where the throat should be. So that is the cervical region of embryo. There are segmented divisions of these intermediate mesoderm, which form a primitive tubule kind of a structure. They are known as nephratomes. So nephratomes they are to begin with. They start forming at third week of gestation. They start developing from the intermediate mesoderm in the cervical region of the fetus. In total, there are only 6 to 10 pairs of the nephratomes, and all of them they join. So 6 to 10 pairs. So that means one on each side. They all combine together to form one duct. Now this duct is called the pronephric duct. This pronephric duct originates from the cervical region and goes right down into the cloaca, that is the distal end of the embryo. So around 6 to 10 pairs of these pronephro, that is nephratomes are there. They form this duct. This duct goes right from the cervical region into the cloaca. This early system is a non-functional system and regresses completely by the week 4. So it actually gives way to formation of the mesonephros, which is the intermediate stage. This mesonephros develops in the 4th week and it moves distally, caudally, to the pronephros. First, the presence of pronephric duct induces the intermediate mesoderm in the thoracolumbar region to form mesonephric ducts. This is what I'm telling you. That unless the pronephros is formed, the mesonephros will never form. Because this pronephric duct, this is the origin which gives rise to the newer tubule formation in the thoracolumbar region. So this was formed in the cervical region. It induces the intermediate mesoderm in the thoracolumbar region to produce the next generation or the version 2 of the nephratomes. So now these are known as mesonephric tubules. Now these mesonephric tubules, these are the ones who actually start receiving blood supply also. The pronephros is a redundant thing. It doesn't have any blood supply, derives food and nutrition and oxygen directly from surrounding tissues. But when the mesonephros is formed, it derives a tuft of capillaries from the dorsal aorta. So they do have branches coming from dorsal aorta, allowing for filtration of blood. Now that the blood has reached these mesonephric ducts, now urine can start forming. These tubules drain into the mesonephric duct, which is a continuation of the pronephric duct. Hence, again, the importance of knowing that a pronephric duct existed. They act as a primitive excretory system in the embryo, with most of these primitive type of kidney, they regressing by the end of 2nd month. So by the end of 8th week, most of these mesonephric ducts, the mesonephric tubules, they also regress. Additionally, the mesonephric duct, it sprouts the ureteric bud. So why it is ureteric bud which is important? Because ureteric bud is the source of kidney. So ureteric bud induces the development of the final kidney. The remnants of the mesonephric duct, they are called Volan's duct of the male reproductive system. So now you know that Volan's duct of male reproductive system is derived from the mesonephric duct, which persists in the males but is lost in the females.